of Woodridge on this Thursday, August 7th, 2025. We call the meeting to order at 7:14 p.m. and ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Kagan.
Present.
Trustee Annalise.
Present.
Trustee Nekovar.
Present.
Trustee Page.
Present.
Trustee Martinez.
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present.
Quorum established.
Thank you very much. Again, we welcome everyone here this evening for our regular meeting. I'd like to please ask everyone to take a moment of silence with me and the village board, and then we'll lead right into the Pledge of Allegiance, which I'm going to ask all of those that are here this evening to please lead the Pledge of Allegiance for us after a moment of silence. Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and now go to the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So this evening, the first item up is a item, and I'll go through all this, for a public hearing annexation. And it is my understanding that it is recommended that the public hearing relating to this proposed Panattoni office warehouse development and its related annexation petition on Davie Road in Woodridge be continued to the August 21st meeting. So I'm now going to ask, please, for a motion to continue this public hearing to the August 21st meeting as requested. A motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Page. And a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Martinez. Any discussion on this item? If I could please have our clerk call the roll.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Annalise.
Aye.
Trustee Nekovar.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. And I do have an update. Since we had our earlier study session and received feedback and time for deliberations with the village board, it sounds like we have some further work to do on this ordinance. And we will still allow public comment, but we're not going to actually bring this item forward. My recommendation will be to move it to our next meeting once our staff and village attorney can work through the options, as well as answer some outstanding questions that we have before us. So I just want you to know that we will not be making that decision tonight. It's just too soon, and we have a little bit further work to do, okay? So with that being said, though, we do and have received prior written comments. Going to ask our village administrator, please, to read those into the public record at this time. And then I'm going to ask if we can just move right to public comment on this regarding if you would like to make a public comment in the regular board meeting. We will invite you after we go through the public comments that we've already received. Okay? Administrator Stonich, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. These following public comments all relate to the electronic bikes. And the first comment was delivered by Lonnie Blair Robinson, Sandy Fallish, Crystal Lampagnano, David Leonard, Tom and Gina Preston, David Simmons, we have another David Leonard, David Allen, Vanny Walaja Leonard, Gail Blasik, Mark Dwyer, and Ginger Pollard. That is all related to the e-bikes and e-scooters ordinance. The mayor and board have all received prior advanced copies, and these will all be entered into the public record. We do have one additional agenda item, public comment that we received in advance from Bill Yonker. This relates to the detached garage proposed ordinance before you this evening. Comment that all the board members have received copies as well, and that'll be entered into the record as also. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we would like to go ahead, for those that have stayed or have now joined us for this portion, if you would like to make a public comment at this time, we would invite you up to the podium. Would anyone like to make a public comment regarding the discussion? Yes, sir. Come on up. Yes, please. Come on up. We'll have you join us at the podium.
Lawrence Miller, been a resident for 44 years and
I'm sorry.
24,
Yeah, we're
sorry.
recording it, so you can speak into the mic.
Okay, again, Lawrence Miller, been a resident for 44 years. I live at 2441 Brunswick Circle. Anyhow, I mean, I understand where they're coming from, some of the other trustees. And I mean, I'm looking at Downers Grove's policy, but they ban e-bikes, period, off of sidewalks. Now, and I think they put it only in the street. Okay, I'm not trying to, restrict these everywhere. My personal interest is I love to walk around the two lakes and walk through the forest preserve. And also I want to make comment that the Woodridge Park District did such a fabulous job of repaving that. I mean, it was indefinitely neat because, it hurts your ankles when you're twisting and turning on an on surface. Anyhow, that's what I don't want any motorized vehicle in those parks. First of all, the tranquility, even the forest preserve where the animals get disturbed, people are just wanting to enjoy the atmosphere. And then you have these things whizzing by you. I mean, now that's not interfering with them for transportation purposes. I don't have a problem with them being on the street. I don't have a problem. I guess I don't have really a problem on a sidewalk as long as they act properly. But I mean, that's where I'm at, is the parks. And so, I mean, that's where I want, and also, if you're going to do this ordinance, you need proper signage. You've got one signage over on one of the streets, because I said to somebody one day, this is not permitted. And of course, according to the sign, it does say it's not permitted. But there are 12 entry points to between those two parks and that forest preserve. There's 12 entry points. Now, you don't necessarily have to put this grandiose sign that they got. You could put smaller signs. But I mean, if people are not brought to that attention and don't enter at that point, they're not going to know. And how many people are really going to know all this ordinance stuff? Until somebody taps them on the shoulder and say, I got to give you a ticket or something or other. And I don't want to be in a position to, I don't need to be calling 911. And what good would that do anyhow? By the time the police show up, they're gone anyhow. So that's signage, what was it, that one commercial that said, our best customer is the informed customer? I mean, I think it was selling men's suits. In other words, if you inform and educate people, they will probably abide by the law. But they have to know what the law is. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else that would like to address the village board on this matter? Okay. All right. We thank you again for being here this evening. Move to that.
Sorry.
And that's just not regarding the earlier matter that we were discussing, but we will move forward to comments from the public, and we'll start with comments from the public that are not related to our meeting this evening. So this would be items that do not appear on the village's agenda this evening. And if you would like to make a comment on any item that is not on the agenda, we would invite you up to the podium. And Administrator Stonich, have we received any? Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. We have several advanced written comments. First one is from Margaret Driscoll. Next is Dina Matthews, Sue Hogan, William Yonker, Catherine O'Brien, Lloyd Gillis, and Daniel Lee. Those will all be entered in the public record, and the board has received prior copies as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then in addition to the e-bikes, e-scooters, and all other matters that we've already earlier discussed, any item that is on the agenda this evening, other items that you would like to discuss, anyone would like to address the village board on those items, we would invite you up at this time. Okay, seeing none, we would ask our administrator anything on. Okay, wonderful. We have nothing further. So thank you very much again for being here this evening. We're going to move to our omnibus agenda. So with that said, I'm now going to ask for a motion to approve items A and B and accept of items C through E. Going to ask for a motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Neckevar. Second. Thank you, Trustee Kagan. Any discussion on, or excuse me, any requests for any item to be considered separately this evening? Seeing none, going to go ahead and ask our administrator to review the omnibus items for us.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of the board, good evening. Item A, Resolution 2025-73, a resolution awarding bid number 2025-11. This is a sanitary sewer televising and cleaning contract award to Hydrovision Technology LLC out of Romeoville, Illinois for the sanitary sewer basins B and D. This would be in the amount of $318,790. Item B, Resolution 2025-74, a resolution rejecting all bids received for Woodridge bid 2025-08. This would be for the purchase of an equipment trailer. And then finally, items C, D, and E are prior board meeting minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Annalise.
Aye.
Trustee Neckevar.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Under the mayor's report this evening, I'm going to skip my report this evening, but I'm going to move right over to our administrator and his report. Administrator Stonich.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. The first item relates to the e-bike ordinance as referenced earlier. This is ordinance 2025-29, an ordinance amending the village code of the village of Woodridge, Title 6, which governs motor vehicles and traffic within the village to incorporate electronic bicycles and scooters.
So as we discussed earlier to my fellow board members, and we did have two items brought forward or two recommendations that we can review and ask our legal counsel as well as our staff to take the comments that were made this evening as well as any other comments received and try to craft something that we are able to address at our next board meeting on the 21st, I believe. So I'm going to ask if we could all consider and agree on continuing this matter to our next board meeting. So if I could ask that.
Ask for a
I'm
motion.
going to ask for a motion to continue ordinance, item A, ordinance 2025-29 until our next board meeting.
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Martinez, and a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Page. Any discussion on this item? Okay,
And again, just so the record is clear before everyone votes, as the mayor said, next meeting, let's make sure that the record is clear. That's August 21st, 2025, a date certain. So.
yes, thank you. And I'm going to ask our clerk to call the roll.
Trustee Annalise.
Aye.
Trustee Neckevar.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. And just so you know, we will be addressing this formally on the 21st on our agenda. Okay? All right. Administrator Stonich, please.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is the related item. This is ordinance 2025-31, item B. This is an ordinance updating the fine structure relating to Village Ordinance Chapter 6, Title 9, bicycles.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to again ask that this item be continued. So I'm going to ask for a motion to continue this item to the August 21st board meeting. So moved. Thank you, Trustee Annalise. And a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Neckevar. Any discussion on this item? Okay. If our clerk could please call the roll.
Trustee Neckevar.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Annalise.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you all very much for that.
Next item, Mayor, is item C, ordinance 2025-32, an ordinance granting a small business grant to the Ridge Barn Grill located at 7414 Janes Avenue. We welcome Director Clark to the podium.
Good evening, thank you. I'm here tonight in request on behalf of the Ridge Bar and Grill here in Woodridge. They are currently looking to be reimbursed for their new signage that they have installed as they took ownership of the cafe and they renamed it and expanded the hours to now include dinner. And initially, when I met the new ownership, we discussed the opportunity to use the small business grant. And we discussed on whether or not they'd be eligible because they were taking over an existing business, but they were expanding the hours. So we did bring that to the village board to see if there'd be support in providing the grant. The grant is either for new businesses or existing businesses expanding. And with the expanded hours, we felt that met the intent of the grant program. And therefore, the work that they were looking to do was really updating the signage, which was a large cost, as you can see, over $25,000. So we did meet, we did discuss the grant program. I worked with Patty, who is here with us tonight, one of the owners. And the signs through the permitting process came through and was not flagged that this was going to be part of a grant program, and inevitably they were installed. So therefore, that caused me to follow up and say, what was going on with the grant program, and it was just a misunderstanding of the process, and they thought they had to get the work done and then apply for the grant. So, but overall, the intention and the dollars were there. We have not utilized our small business grant funds as of date. And the signage is capped at $5,000 for any of those improvements. So respectfully, I wanted to check with the board if this would still be something we'd consider as it meets the intent of the overall grant program. I do believe that, I'll show you if you all haven't already seen, it has really improved the corner, which is the purpose of the grant. As we look at and making improvements, here's the old signage. They had a older sign at the corner with older electronic message board and then the wall signs. Now the new signage really emphasizes the new name and what they offer. They have a second wall sign facing 75th Street, and then the new improved electronic message sign. So these were the improvements that were done. They did provide me with the two quotes. They did go with the lower quote from Magic Sign. They did provide me with an affidavit indicating that the contractor paid the prevailing wages, which is a condition of our grant program. And for all purposes, we do have a development agreement, which we're still required to enter into, which is also attached. And we're looking to then essentially provide a reimbursement of $5,000. As of date, we do have a couple of other inquiries with the small business grant, but nothing has come forward yet. This would be the first grant issued for that program. The facade and site grant we have issued for the Woodridge Plaza, and the work has started. The parking lot, which is easily over $400,000, and they're going to be utilizing the full $100,000. So that's going to be the first time we've utilized that grant, and I think it'll be well utilized. So with that, I'm here to answer any questions, and also Patty would love to maybe update you on how things are going with the restaurant.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Director Clark. We welcome you, Patty, here this evening. Going to open up to the village board. Asking anyone have any questions at this time for Director Clark, program, anything? Okay. All right, wonderful. Well, thank you very much. So we have before us ordinance 2025-32. Going to ask for a motion to approve that ordinance.
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Page. And a second? Second. Thank you, Trustee Antilles. Any discussion on this item? Okay. If our clerk could please call the roll.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
Trustee Martinez,
Aye.
Trustee Kagan,
Aye.
Trustee Antilles,
Aye.
Trustee Neckelbauer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Patty, would you like to give us a brief overview on how everything is going? We thank you for being here this evening, and congratulations to you and your management team there.
Good evening, everyone. I am Patty from the Ridge Bar and Grill. We acquired the business in the middle of January, and since the beginning of March, we opened it up for dinner as well. We extended our hours. it's been going good so far. The weekends more so than the weekdays, but we are definitely open 7 days a week for dinner as well now. And we are also bringing some live entertainment on Thursday and Saturday nights, as well as open mics and trivia nights. So we are trying to get more patronage into the business. And so far, it's been going good.
Well, on behalf of all of us, we say thank you very much for investing in our community. And I just thank you for being here this evening, and we wish you the very best and continued success.
Thank you very much. And I welcome each one of you to our new establishment as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Take good care.
Next item D, ordinance 2025-33, an ordinance granting a major PUD amendment and final plat of subdivision, Woodward Boughton LLC, 8605 Woodward Avenue.
Thank you very much. Going to ask for a motion to approve ordinance 2025-33, please.
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Annalise, and a second.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Martinez. Any discussion on this item? If our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Annalise.
Aye.
Trustee Nekovar.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item E, ordinance 2025-34, an ordinance amending Title 9, Chapter 3 of the General Zoning Provisions. Approval of this ordinance will authorize a text amendment to Title 9, reinstating a maximum size of 660 square feet for detached garages.
Thank you very much. If I could please have a motion to approve ordinance 2025-34.
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Page, and a second, please.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Nekovar. Any discussion on this item? If our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Annalise.
Aye.
Trustee Nekovar.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez. Motion carries.
Next item F, ordinance 2025-35, an ordinance amending Title 9, Chapter 8, landscaping and screening.
Thank you very much. If I could please have a motion to approve ordinance 2025-35, please.
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Nekovar, and a second.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Kagan. Any discussion on this item? Our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Trustee Annalise.
Aye.
Trustee Nekovar.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item G, resolution 2025-75, a resolution awarding bid 2025-10, Village Hall and Water Facility roof replacement to RC Wegman Construction Company, Aurora, Illinois. This contract would be in the amount of $618,800.
I could please have a motion to approve resolution 2025-75, please.
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Antilles. A second.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Page. Any discussion on this item? If our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Annalise.
Aye.
Trustee Nekovar.
Aye.
Trustee Page.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Kagan.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, everyone, very much. And with no further business to discuss this evening in our regular meeting, we do need to convene into executive session immediately following our adjournment. The purpose of our executive session is to review and discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, dismissal of specific employees of the public body, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or the deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, and/or the setting price for a sale or lease property owned by the public body. Going to ask, please, for a motion to adjourn our regular meeting to go into executive session immediately following this adjournment. A motion?
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Nekovar, and a second?
Second.
Thank you, trustee Martinez. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. The meeting is adjourned at 7:38 PM. We thank everyone for being here this evening. Please take good care.